Whoa.
All right.
What's up?
We're going live, everybody. What's up?
Yo, Kevin Daisey. Hey, man. Good to see you.
What's up, Erik J. Olson? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen you either. I've been going to the office every once in a while. I got to see you back there, man.
I got my nice home office here. I'm kind of hunkered down. It's actually been kind of nice.
It's actually been really nice.
Driving. Yeah, it's not too bad, actually. Although my kids had their first day of school today, so it was a little bit of work getting them ready, but way less than like having them get dressed, go get on a bus and all that stuff, and then stop work and then go get them and stuff like that. So
I hear you, man.
Not too bad. So
yeah. What's new?
Topic today is going live. So we're live right now on 8 different platforms, 8 different profiles. And so we wanted to kind of jump on and talk about Erik and I going live, our company, Array Digital, going live, and really how we're doubling down on going live. And also, big cool thing here is Erik and I just last week both got approved for LinkedIn Live. So LinkedIn crew, what's up? We're happy to be here. We've been trying to get LinkedIn Live for quite a while. And I know I applied 3 times. I think, Erik, you applied
4 times.
4 times. And just got approved. So I'm not sure if LinkedIn's doing a big approval or if it's just finally they pulled our cards. But anyway, very excited about that. So we figured we'd jump on, talk about going live. If you got questions about going live, or honestly, if you've been going live on LinkedIn for a while, you've been approved, I'd love to see you chime in, leave some comments about how the experience has been. And because this is new for us, we're going to be learning as we go. But we are doubling down on going live. Again, we're on 8 profiles right now using StreamYard. And it's really been awesome for us. It's a good platform. And we just upgraded our account. And we're now right now we're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and on multiple profiles on each one. So pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. So we started going live before the pandemic hit. So probably at the beginning of 2020, we were going live on a pretty regular cadence every single week. But what we found was that it was actually quite complicated for us to go live. So we had to have someone on our team who is like a live expert, someone who does, like, he was really into Twitch. His name is Sean. And he was really into like live broadcasting all the time. And he kind of cobbled together a whole bunch of really advanced systems for us to go live. But the problem was, like, no one could go live without Sean. And we even like set up like a dedicated laptop at the office, and we had instructions
and everything.
Yeah, we tried to like teach other people to do it, and they could do it for like one time, and that was it. And then they'd forget how to do it. It was just complicated. But with this tool, StreamYard, and I'm sure that there's competitors out there. It's just StreamYard seems to be gaining a lot of steam right now, and we're on StreamYard. It's super easy. I mean, I got into StreamYard myself without any training whatsoever, and I went live like within 2 or 3 minutes. Now, granted, I didn't know what I was doing, but it went successfully. And now we're streaming to 8 platforms all at once. It's amazing. It's just amazing that we can stream to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, whenever we want.
Yeah. We'll talk about your first LinkedIn Live experience this weekend.
So I got LinkedIn Live. Like Kevin said, we both got approved right around the same time. And so this weekend I decided I needed to go into the office and record some episodes for our podcast, Journey to $100 Million. And I decided to record live. And I've done that before on other platforms like Twitter and Facebook. And the idea is that I can record live, and then people can submit their questions about growing or scaling a business, and I can actually answer it live and record at the same time. So it's like a BOGO. You can go live and you can record a podcast all at once. I had just got approved for LinkedIn Live, and my microphone was in front of me. Let's just say this is the microphone, and I'll put it right about here. So I had a microphone, one of those Yeti Blues, and I did like a hand motion, and when I came down, I hit the microphone, not quite that bad. This is exaggerated. And I hit the mute button. So for 8.5 or 9 minutes, I was jibber jabbering, and there was a ton of comments coming in, but I wasn't paying attention to those because I was busy talking to the camera and recording this podcast episode. Man. So speaking of comments, we have a couple comments here. So, Jamal, first LinkedIn Live. That is for Kevin. So my first LinkedIn Live was the one that I totally screwed up, where I talked to nobody for 9 minutes. That was on Sunday. And this is Kevin's first LinkedIn Live.
Complete failure. Mine's going to be awesome, and it already is. So thanks, Jamal. Good to see you, man. Jamal's our project manager at Array Digital. He's awesome. So Jamal, thanks for reaching out. Dar.
Just saying hi. What's up?
Saying hi. What's happening?
All right. And next comment is from Matt. Can we ask some agency questions? Absolutely, Matt. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So
fire away. What's up?
Yeah, comment. Looks like you're in LinkedIn, so just comment on LinkedIn and we'll see the comment. We'll answer it live. So we'll be on for a few more minutes.
Yep. So yeah, ask us some questions and we'll get to it in just a second.
So I think what's really cool about live is that there's all sorts of stuff that we want to talk about in a public forum. So I had just mentioned going live for our podcast, right? So we already have the podcast and we already get we have a platform with the podcast. But adding the live to the recording, it just furthers the experience even more. And it brings everybody into exactly what we're doing and kind of explains some of the behind the scenes, which is nice because a lot of times you don't see much, if any, of the behind the scenes. So I like recording live now.
Well, it also, it does, it's more than a BOGO because now we have video that's getting repurposed and then sliced up and put back out onto social media. So you're getting repurposing content that's not just audio. And we all know video is going to work out better than an audio clip. So you're getting that plus the podcast, plus the audience when you're live. And then also you can engage with people and they can ask questions versus usually when we're doing an episode, it's usually Erik or I just making a statement more or less or saying or sharing an experience. And that's it. We say, hey, this happened. I did this. Or we screwed this up and did this. Maybe this will help you, but it's not really interactive because, we're just there to record and move on. But this allows us to have questions asked and then we can answer those questions and hopefully add that to the episode. So really cool.
Yeah, I love it. So every Friday we also go live in what we call Lunchtime Live, where we invite a guest on. It's either me or Kevin. And then we interview the guests for about half an hour. So now we'll be pushing those out to LinkedIn. We've always been pushing out to, where do we go? YouTube and Facebook. But we would always drive people to Facebook. And I think it's nice to drive people to a platform, but it really doesn't matter anymore. Like tune in wherever you want to tune in.
Yeah, it's it's basically like replacing live TV, broadcast TV. It's these are all the places that you can see it and watch it live. And for us, it's as many places as we can get onto and have an audience that we get more eyeballs. So that's really what we're trying to do.
Speaking of Lunchtime Live, this Friday I have an awesome guest on, and she just asked a question. What's up, Stephanie?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Stephanie, you're going to get to see the live broadcast software in person, up close and in person on Friday. It's called StreamYard. As a matter of fact, I can put their little information. No, not that. Oops. Here.
Oh, yeah.
Live with StreamYard. So there's a whole bunch of things you could do here. You could, this is what's called an overlay. You can have your logo at the upper right-hand corner. So you're powered by StreamYard.
We're going to charge StreamYard for this advertising, right?
I'm telling you, man. But see, we put our little Array Digital up there. We can change the look and feel.
That's super cool, super easy. If you're looking at going live and need a platform, this is really the way to go. And honestly, with LinkedIn Live, that's new for us. Like this is my first time going live. Is with most platforms, you can go live right from the platform. And with LinkedIn, I didn't even know I had it for 2 or 3 days. They sent an email out, which got lost in my social tab in my Gmail, where you have to connect and use a system just like this. So StreamYard is one of the platforms that they allow. And so with LinkedIn, you have to have a platform like this to actually go live.
Yeah,
so
totally agree. Yeah. So Sean Burke, yeah, he is. Yeah. So Sean works at Array Digital, and he was the one I was talking about before, who did all the super advanced PhD level streaming, and and none of us could figure it out.
The SOP for that was like, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Sean, help.
Hey, so here's a good question. This is interesting. Do you require a degree to work for you? I don't know. What do you think, Kevin?
I'm gonna say not really. No degree required. We're looking for a cultural fit, and we're looking for results. So that you're passionate, you're skilled at your craft, and that you're constantly learning and getting better. Other than that, we don't care what a piece of paper says. So obviously some people might find their passion later in life and they don't have college to back that up or whatever. But it comes out if you have the passion. Like Jamal, he was just commenting, as our project manager. He went and got his PMP. It's a certification to be a professional project manager. That is a piece of paper, but it meant a lot to him to learn things the right way and to get certified, and that adds value. But it's not always necessary for the job. So,
yeah, I completely 100% agree. I totally believe in education, and I believe in the value of a college degree. And if anyone asks me if they should go to college, I'll say yes. My kids, I'm pushing them towards college. There's in the entrepreneurial world, there's a big debate about whether it's worth it or not. But I'm not a fan of limiting options. So I would say, yeah, always go to college, even if you don't know what you're going to do. It provides opportunity for you and options. But here at Array Digital, we don't require it. It's not I don't think it's ever been in a single job description that we've put out there or a job ad. Because frankly, we don't care. And the reason we don't care is because we're hiring for two different things. One is fit. So we want to make sure that the person is a cultural fit. And two is they have the skill set. And a college degree is a good indicator of potential, but it's not the actual thing that we're looking for. It should just tell you the person should be able to do this or should be able to succeed, but it doesn't guarantee it. So I'd rather look at experience and attitude really when it comes to hiring.
Yeah, and I think anyone in college looking to go apply for something, I know the people that we've brought on that were interns and then turned employees full time. Well, they were practicing what they were going to school for before they went to school. They were interning all the way through college. They had a proven history in it before they graduated. And I think the mistake would be to go to college, graduate, and then go, okay, I'm ready to work in this field, and say, all right, well, what have you done thus far? Well, I was in college, so I was just, focused on schoolwork, and you didn't actually practice it. You worked at you waited tables and did other things, but you never really interned and had that real experience. But if you intern, and not when they tell you to at the last year, but all the way through, that's going to be a big difference.
I completely agree. I did not intern, and I should have. It's one of those things that I regret, because when I graduated, I didn't even go through the proper interview cycle. Like, you should be interviewing the beginning of your senior year in college, and I didn't do that. I waited till the spring, and that was a mistake. And so when I graduated, I didn't have a job, and I didn't get a job for about 3 months. But other people that I went through school with, they had done the internship. And my nephew, Drew Bolin, is a really good example of someone who did everything the right way. He got good grades. He stayed out of trouble. He went to a good school, UVA, even though I'm in Hokie. I can still say the UVA is okay. They're okay. And he interned every single summer. And he got a job, I think, at the very beginning of his senior year at the place that he interned at that summer. So that's the right way to do it. So if you're going to go through college, then do it the right way. Put all your effort into it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the other thing on this last thing on this question, because we got some other good ones coming in, is, we're entrepreneurs, and I got an associate's degree, and then I diverted from that, and Erik got his, bachelor's in engineering, and then diverted to that, and here we are running an agency, and that just shows that you can go to school for something and change your mind, get a different passion and go a different direction. So for me, I only have an associate's degree, but that doesn't matter to me now. I mean, that's not something I'm, other than general knowledge in college, but it shows that if you got passion and you're going to do something and you do it well, then that's what we're looking for. So
yeah, totally agree. Yeah, we do have quite a few questions.
I think this is a really good one. If you want to, okay, because Matt asked us just a little bit ago, and I just want to make sure we didn't skip over it. But Matt says, what new positioning and authority strategies are you guys doing to get those bigger clients to get to 100 million?
Yeah.
Are you guys sticking to the standard agency model, or are you expanding your product offering? You guys seem like pros. Well, I do appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I would say that we're very much still trying to figure this out as we go, and there's constant tweaks. So I'll take a stab at this one. I mean, the first part is what I would say would be a little bit difficult to answer, but the second part I think is a little easier. So yeah, we're trying to go to $100 million a year. We're really, really far away from that. We have a lot of work to do, but there are some things that we've done recently. So one is historically we have worked with basically anybody that came to us, and it didn't matter what industry they were in. And that's good from a sense that we can say yes to a lot of people and a lot of opportunities that come our way. But it's also a negative because we're constantly having to learn a new industry, and we may not understand the rules or the regulations of the industry or the competitors, and so we can't be experts in everything when it comes to like industry, when it comes to business. Certainly in digital marketing we can, but there's nuances to each industry and each segment. So what we decided to do somewhat recently was to segment down to 3 industries. Basically, we want to work with doctors, lawyers, and home services professionals. So medical marketing, legal marketing, and home services marketing. Home services being things like HVAC, electrical, plumbing, those kinds of trades. So that's something that we did somewhat recently. And the benefit is that when we speak to our target ideal prospect, our messaging is just spot on. Like we could talk their language, and we can express their kinds of needs and maybe desires that are maybe a little bit different than in other industries. So segmenting down has been really beneficial for us somewhat recently without going super niche. So as an example, Kevin just had a guest on our lunchtime live. I think it was just this past Friday. And he only does SEO for personal injury lawyers. Now he's doing very, very well, but that's really narrow as far as like industries and really narrow as far as services. We haven't got that tight.
Yeah.
The anticipation is that over time we'll continue to tighten down a little bit.
Yeah. So, and I think they say, riches in the niches, but our big word is segmenting. So it's just a step in the right direction. And for us, it's been overnight, just such a change with how we say things and our marketing, our web pages, everything like that, to where we can literally talk to that person and say, yeah, we specialize in legal marketing. And the thing is, we didn't just pick these out of thin air. This is based on our clientele, our revenue, our performance, and how well those 3 are protected in economic crises or COVID. There's a lot of things that went into making that decision for those 3, but we've already seen huge benefits from it as far as the intake of our referrals and leads. Makes it so much easier for someone to refer you if you say, yeah, this is what we do. So I expect that to just increase, and we're excited about that. So
yeah, and then the last part of the question, are you expanding your product offering? The answer I would say is no. at this point. It's very tempting to take on or to actually to offer more services, because if someone comes in like, hey, do you do X? And if you don't already do it, you could try to figure it out. But what happens is that at some point you start to do a ton of stuff, and it's difficult, right? So you need to have people that know, like, we want to be experts at what we do. And if we do 5 things, we could be experts at all 5. But if we do 500, we can't be experts at all 500. Somewhere in between is where you want to be, and probably closer to the 5 than 500. So every time you say yes to something that you don't know what you're doing, it's just like I was saying with the industries and the segmentation. There's a learning curve, and you're going to screw it up. And so what we don't want to do is screw it up when we're implementing for a client. So we're keeping our services as is, which right now is websites, online advertising, SEO, and social media. We have specialists that focus on all of those areas, and we're adding more and more people. Honestly, when I talk to other agency owners, some of them are like, "Oh my gosh, you do all 4 of those things? That's so much. Like, you should cut down to just like 1." And I get it, but right now it's a good fit for us. So it's a nice mix of services and segmentations.
Yeah, I just think we got to be experts at it. And if everyone just like when we did project work, and now we are 100% reoccurring, and we only do commitments and contracts. Well, we have someone come to us and say, "Well, can you just do this thing for us?" No, we will not. It's got to be a commitment and a service that you've chosen to go forward with, or nothing. And if we continue to do projects, then we're continuing to just track time and be stuck in that. If we say yes to every little thing, then we're just all these random services to make a quick buck, and that's not what it's about. It's about the scalability of the company and the predictability of the revenue. And we can't just say yes to something because we're going to make 10 grand or 30 grand or 100 grand. No number, unless, there may be some magic number, but it just doesn't make sense. So, and I think over time, if we get enough opportunities and our team's learning something new, and we want to apply it to some clients internally that we can test it with, that's how we would probably go about adding a new service. But it's going to be done slowly, and make sure that we can deliver a good result.
Yeah, totally agree. All right, we got several more questions. I'd love to get to all of them, but we do have a big announcement that we want to get to. So if you've asked a question, we will answer it.
Here you go. Daniel Keever. I know Daniel. What's up, Daniel? Daniel's like, did I miss the big announcement?
I guess so, Daniel.
I figured I'd throw that in here.
Pay closer attention, man. All right, Eric. Do y'all refer work to freelancers if it's a project you don't want to take on? Yes, absolutely. So definitely contact us. Here, let me put my email address up here. Give me 1 second.
And actually, I'll add to this, Eric. I just created, I had a task for myself to create a company referral sheet. So this is, Eric and I know a lot of people, and we try to refer people to our lawyers and to our accountants and all that stuff. And so I wanted to make a sheet that my whole company could access, to where they can help our clients out. So if they're talking to a client about something and they're like, yeah, I need, sorry, I got this meeting with my accountant. My accountant's crazy and whatever. Yeah. If you need help, we have some great accountants that we can refer you to. Or in this case, yeah, we don't do that, one-off jobs, but we have some freelancers that we can refer you to that may be a better fit, that my whole company can access that sheet and offer those referrals in confidence that they're going to do a good job. So I've just created that, and we need to add more to it, but I'm looking to build on that and have multiple resources for our prospects and definitely for our clients. So, yeah.
Agreed. So Eric, I know we've interacted online somewhere, social media, but email us, Erik, ERIK @thisisarray.com, and we will get you on that list. All right, let's see here. A couple more from Matt. Thanks for the answer. Those lawyers spend decent amounts on Google PPC. Smart play.
Thinking there.
All right.
That's right.
You guys ever thought about making a direct-to-consumer course for new agency owners? Well, isn't that Interesting.
That is not the big announcement, but yeah.
That is not the big announcement, but Matthew, stay tuned. Kevin and I have something that we are working on. We'll probably announce that in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. That's awesome.
The answer is soon.
This Matt guy is pretty smart. I like this guy.
He's all right, man.
He's got some good questions.
Who's this guy?
Zach.
Is it weird going live with your business partner since most of your conversations are not live to the public? Zach,
here's the so yeah, the funny thing about this live right now that we're going or doing is I had a live scheduled with a managing partner for a law firm out of DC, and he had to reschedule because he was called into I guess court up there. And so I was talking to Erik, and I said, hey, my guy rescheduled, and you want to go live? Let's go live. So this was on a whim. We decided we were going to go live. So we spent about 5 minutes chatting about what we're going to talk about, and here we are. So it's all open in the public.
I kind of dig it, actually. I wouldn't mind doing this a little more often, Kevin.
Absolutely. No, I'm excited to have LinkedIn live too. So you'll be seeing me on here every week for sure.
Yeah. All right. And
Zach Miller, I'll go live with you, Matt. Zach. It's Mac or Zach? Zach Miller?
Mackety Zach. All right. D, Eugene Thompson. I did not know, Eugene, that you went with that there was a D in front of Eugene.
I'm going to go with that. I didn't know that either. I've known Eugene for at least 5 or 6 years. Is that Dr. Thompson?
Yeah, it must be Doctor. He must have mistyped and not put the R there. That must be it. I don't know what those letters are after his name.
Eugene's an architect, a very good one, by the way. And I assume there's something to do with that.
I bet one of those A's stands for architect.
American Association of Architects.
Did you Google it?
That's my guess. I'm pretty sure. That's right.
All right. So Eugene says, I like the specialization, which is what we've done. Do you expand your basic segments if a referral from a trusted client is given, i.e. preferred client? Great question. We had a lot of debate about this. So, we had to put some ground rules in place for our sales team because, sales is interesting. You always want to get the sale. But we have to put rules in place. So Kevin and I have come up with sales policies, and we documented those sales policies, and it specifies certain things like you're going to price at a minimum to the price list. You can't invent services, so we're gonna only sell the services that are on our list. And then also these are the kinds of clients that we want to go after: doctors, lawyers, and home services. But let's also be reasonable. So let's say that someone comes to us and they're like, hey, we want to spend $1 million a month, and they're not a doctor, lawyer, or home services. Are we going to say no? Well, if it's $1 million a month, then, it could actually be, that's a lot of money. That could be a problem for us. We may not be able to deliver. So let's back it down a little bit. Let's say it's 50,000 or, some big number. Would we say no? Well, probably not. We'd probably say yes. All right. So what we want to do is have a policy that makes sense where, instead of always asking, well, what about this one at 50,000? What about this one at 40,000? What about this one at 20,000? How about 10,000? How about 5,000? How about 1,000? Instead of always having to ask that question, we just came up with basically a number. I don't want to disclose what the number is. It's a magic number, but it's what
I was almost going to say
as a VIP, a big ticket client. So if the amount is enough, and they agree to the other things as far as the services that we offer and things like recurring services, then it's a fit. So we do have an escape clause for bigger clients, but what we don't want is to take on and I don't mean this in a pejorative manner, but kind of run of the mill clients. It needs to be kind of a bigger client for us.
Yeah, and the thing is, we just made this transition. And Glenn, I don't know if you're on at all, but you gotta have some leverage. Our sales team's out there. They have people in the pipeline, prospects that we're already talking to, and just to be like, oh, now you can't talk to them, and we're gonna cut over cold turkey. There probably will, though, be soon a time, maybe the end of the year, where we say we won't accept anyone except these 3 segments. Because really what we want is our team, our whole team, like Sean, he was on here, Jamal, everybody, to be experts in those 3 industries. And when they're talking to these clients, they're very focused and they know exactly how their business operates. And then we start to get specialized teams for each of those segments. That's really kind of the future for us. But every time we sign on a client that's outside of that, we just kind of push ourselves further away from really being experts in those. So it's got to make monetary sense, I guess, to bring that client on. And so there's some, I guess, sales leverage. You can sell that client, but they have to be large enough for us to do it.
You know, we were wondering what the all these letters are in front and at the back of Eugene's name, and he says it's a secret, but we have a superpower, which is Sean Burke, and he is behind the scenes Googling like crazy, and I think he's cracked the code.
See, we're Google partners, so Google gives us search priority, and we were able to find the answers on Google.
Dude, that's protected by NDA. You weren't supposed to tell anybody.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, we get all the answers. Yeah.
So can I note that I was right on the first one? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Yeah.
We don't know what the D is. So I think it's doctor. I think he just missed the R.
National Council of Architectural Registration Boards. There's more than one board. It's plural.
It's very official. All right, that is it for all of the comments and questions so far. All right, Kevin.
No problem, Zach Miller. I see what you're saying. I'll interview you.
Oh yeah, we got to show it. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
So, we ready?
I'm ready, man.
So the big announcement, if you follow us, it's probably not that big. But if you don't follow us, welcome. So our big announcement is we are doing it's really our 4th annual, but we've kind of restructured it. But it's our Healthcare Heroes website giveaway. So we are giving away a website and a marketing strategy to a deserving healthcare related nonprofit. And we're looking for people to step forward to share with them nonprofits that they care about. If we can get in touch with that nonprofit or have them submit, we're taking applications right now. Eric, if you want to fill in the rest of the details so I don't steal the whole thing.
Yeah, so as you can see with our cool scrolling ticker at the bottom.
Breaking news.
Yeah, we have a web page that we set up where people can apply, where nonprofits can apply. But as Kevin said, we've done this for several years. We've given away several websites. It's an annual thing that we do. And this year, it just made a lot of sense to acknowledge our healthcare heroes. That's not a phrase that we made up. You know, we've kind of borrowed it, but it makes a lot of sense. People in the medical industry have really sacrificed a lot this year, way more than in the past. And we know that there's a lot of very deserving and noble nonprofits in the medical industry, the healthcare industry. And so we want to recognize them by providing a brand new website. With the website, we're going to also provide a digital marketing strategy that covers how you can use your website and also digital marketing, things like social media. And if you're interested in advertising and SEO, you know, we don't actually want to take that nonprofit on as a client per se, but we do want to help them as far as giving them the strategy that they can implement either themselves or they could partner with another agency that specializes in nonprofits. We don't necessarily specialize in nonprofits, but we do want to give back to a nonprofit that could use our help. So applications are open already, and we're going to continue to accept applications through the end of October. And then we will select, after some interviews, we will select which nonprofit will be the winner.
Yep, and we'll announce that. I keep track on the applications. I know at least 5 or 6 have already come through. So we already got some good ones that are coming through, but we need, you know, anyone that's listening or watching, if you know of a great nonprofit, tell them about it. Please share it with them. If not, tell us, and we'll see what we can do to reach out to them. I believe Inside Business is about to do a write-up and a feature on it as well. And yeah, so we just need to get this out there and get some great nonprofits to interview and hopefully choose the best one. So
yeah, totally agree. Kevin and I, we're going to go live on Thursday and talk about this in a little more detail. We can show you the application process and everything.
Yep. And I think our team kind of really sat down and values it at about $12,000. So it's a great opportunity for a nonprofit to just, a website really, and we'll get into the details when we talk Thursday, but a lot of, websites, it drives donations, it drives the mission, it drives, sign up for volunteers, whatever it may be. But that's the kind of sites that we can build for these nonprofits and make sure it's the bottom of the funnel, right, for them and run their nonprofits. Very important to have volunteers or to bring in donations. So
yeah, I'm excited about it. So
absolutely.
Great cause. All right, Kevin Daisey, I think we have come to the end. We were going to go live for about 15 minutes. And we're at about 36 minutes now.
Well, I think we've reached everyone on the internet now, so probably time to get off.
Let's schedule this again. Just me and you.
Absolutely.
This is good. All right.
Well, also the original title I'll say is going live, right? So we're going live. You're going to see a lot more of this. And again, we've actually upped it to we're going live on 8 different profiles right now. And so if you got any questions about going live or how you can go live or how we do it, just please reach out. You can comment on Facebook or reach out to me on LinkedIn, Erik as well. And we'll be happy to help and look for us more often.
All righty. Adios.
Have a good day.